Untouchable North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un punished his top military chiefs to prevent the army rising up and putting him under house arrest, according to an expert on his regime. In an unexpected move, the brutal autocrat disciplined two of his most senior military officers following an inspection of North Korea's General Political Bureau, a key military institution. Wang Pyeong-so and Kim Won-hong, chief and deputy chief of the influential bureau, were reportedly punished for having an impure attitude. Kim, who has ruled North Korea since 2011, has become renowned for his tyrannical style of leadership, regularly purging, dismissing or executing those deemed to have stepped out of line. His punishment of Wang, his second most powerful military official, however, raises questions about the loyalty of the Army's high command. Michael Madden, founder and director of North Korea Leadership Watch, said there is no evidence of wider unrest or instability among the North Korea population. Yet, the punishment of his military bosses shows Kim is maneuvering to strengthen his grip on power and stamp out any threat to his leadership, Michael told Daily Star Online. Paranoid about the prospect of a military coup as seen in Zimbabwe, where Robert Mugabe was toppled last month, Kim was actively planning for a house arrest scenario, he added. In a broad context, the North Korean leader orchestrates these types of personnel shuffles as a preventative measure against the house arrest scenario, said Michael, an expert on North Korea's political culture. Kim, whose three-generation dynasty has been in charge since 1948, is in no danger of being ousted as leader of the communist nation, Michael said. Perhaps worryingly for US President Donald Trump, the chances of a direct power challenge to Kim are so low as to be non-existent, according to Michael. Emboldened by his latest successful intercontinental ballistic missile test, Kim has become a colossus on the international stage, inducing fear at home and abroad. In the wake of his Hwasong-15 intercontinental ballistic missile test, his most powerful yet, Kim declared his nuclear force complete in an apocalyptic message broadcast on state TV. To the consternation of Trump and his allies, Kim has not backed down from threats to totally destroy his country if he refuses to curb his nuclear program. Terrifying displays of US force, including the vigilant ace drills involving 12,000 troops, are seemingly having no effect on Kim's resolve as leader of the rogue state. Michael said his iron-fisted approach to managing his top military brass is just another example of Kim boosting his leadership. Therefore, despite the punishment of Wang, a respected character within the regime, a Mugabe-style coup looks more unlikely than ever, Michael said. The system is loaded with numerous control and surveillance channels to prevent from happening, Michael explained. Those things are pretty much snuffed out before they even reach the planning stages. The only person who could have credibly challenged and deposed Kim was Jang Song-thaek, and he was executed. There aren't any individuals currently in the leadership who would have the motivation, inclination, power, knowledge, or experience to pull off something like that. Last month, Kim's regime stepped up security of statues dedicated to his dynasty amid reported fears of an uprising led by hostile elements. Kim deployed police for night patrols of murals honoring 3 generations of his family, whose communist regime has ruled since the 1940s. Fury over widespread poverty, famine, and poor living standards is said to be building in the secretive state. Discontent among younger generations of North Koreans critical of Kim's focus on developing nuclear weapons is said to be mounting. North Korea's nuclear spending is estimated to be around $3.2 billion overall, according to South Korean government analysis. But despite the ferment, Michael said North Korean citizens most likely would not support a coup against Kim. Even putting aside the fact that about half the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's population supports or is at least vested in the regime, the chaos that would most likely result would threaten the country's social stability, which North Korean citizens prefer, he said. It would interfere with people trading in markets, or going to their work sites. In fact, North Korean citizens complain when the central leadership suddenly decides to implement a policy, investigation, or mobilize the population for labor projects because it disrupts the population's daily lives.